Hi, I am Kalinga Gananath Vidurarachi. Today we are going to discuss on how to calculate the cubic foot on a wood log. Especially when we go to purchase timber in the form of log from the market, we will be compelled to calculate the cost based on the cubic foot or the cubic meter as the case may be that we buy. Most people in the wood industry calculate this by referring to cubic foot manual published by various publishers or using the app downloaded by them. However, it is better to know the logic behind this calculation so that you would be able to do the computation on your own. These calculations are the same irrespective of the place you live, whether you live in UK or USA or in Asia. The calculations are going to be same because it is based on the mathematical principles. So let's go to the next slide and see the examples and discuss this matter in detail. So in the slide 1, we are going to calculate the cubic foot using a formula so that we will be able to get the answer using the formula. Hope you all can see the picture on the top of the slides. There you can see the picture of a log. So for the time being, we assume that the height of the log is 5 feet and the circle of the front side of the log is 50 inch. That is what you call the circumference in mathematical term. And the same on the back side of the log is 40 inch. So why it is lesser than front circle is that is the nature of the tree. So that is very obvious. So when we get the average circumference, we got to add the two front circle circumference and the back side of the circumference and divided by 2. So that we will be ending up with 45 inch. So that is the average. So why we need average is that the person who is going to buy this log will not be in a disadvantaged position, and this will apply same to the seller also. So we'll go to the formula. The formula indicates that round into height divided by 2304. So what do you mean by round is the circumference. So just now we have calculated the average circumference is 45 inch. So remember this is inch and the height we measure in feet. So that is the practice in the wood industry. So round into round, that is 45 into 45 into 5 feet, right? So the answer is 10,125 divided by 2,304. So that is, you end up with the answer of 4.394 cubic foot. So this cubic is represented by the power 3, right? The feet is represented by ft, and the answer is 4.394 cubic foot. So now you all are wondering about what is this 2304. So if you look at the right corner of the slide, you will see that a picture of a 1 cubic foot, that is 1 cube. So you all can see the arrows, the way the arrows are drawn. So you will have 4 surfaces where each of the surface is represented 12 inch, so that you can see 4 sides of the cube. That is, you can calculate 12 into 4 equal 48. That is one side of the cube, and the same is applied to the other side of the cube. That is also 12 into 4. That is 48. So altogether 48 into 48 equal 2304. So let's go to the next slide. So in this slide, we are going to analyze the formula that we have discussed in the previous slide in the mathematical perspective. So in this regard, we consider the same example that we have discussed. You all can see the picture of a cylinder in the lower right corner of the slide, and it further says how it to be measured in terms of its volume. So volume of the same could be written as, you can see the left corner of the slide as V for volume, V equal 5R squared into H, where 5 represent 22/7 and H represent the height. So this is the formula that we are going to discuss in relation to the calculation of cubic foot. So the second line of the formula, you can see B equal 5 within bracket C divided by 25 close bracket squared into H. So we may discuss now how it is to be derived. When you consider the first formula, V equal 5R squared H, so 5 we know and H also we know. The example we have discussed, the H was 5 feet, but here R we do not know. So we have to find the R. So how to find the R? Again, there is another formula that we have learned in the primary mathematics in our GC ordinary level examination. If you can recall, that is C equal 25R. C represents the circumference. Now when you consider a circle, the circumference indicate the thick black line. When you see the circle in the top right hand corner of the slide. So C equal 25R. So we have to find the R as we said earlier. So R could be written as C over 25R, because when you take the 25 from the right side to left side, and it becomes C divided by 25. So R is alone standing on the right side. So now we have derived a term for the R. So what we are going to do here, the C over 25 to be replaced in the original formula that we have discussed. So when you replace R squared by the term that we have found, then it says the second line, volume B equal volume equal 5 within bracket C divided by 2 5 close bracket into squared into H. So when we analyze further the same formula, we may written again the same formula as V equal 5 within brackets C squared divided by 4, that is 2 into 2, and 5 into 5, that is 5. Now 5 squared we have expanded it, and close bracket into H. H remains as it is. So again in the fourth line, you can see the expanded formula. We have written 5C2 over 5 into 5 into 5 into H. Now, as per the mathematical principles, the same numbers we can set off. So 5 represent the same as uh, as in the formula. So we may set off 5 and the 5 that represent lower in the formula. So 5 and the other 5 will get cancelled each other, and we derive the final formula as V equal C squared divided by 4 5 into H. So that is the final formula that we have arrived. So when you apply the same figures that we have discussed in the example, we may written as the round is equal to 45 inch. Again this is the formula represents C squared now. So again we have to write 45 inch and into 5 feet. The height is 5 feet. So divided by 12 into 12 into 4. So 4 represent the lower part of the formula, and again another 4. How we derive the 4? That is, we referred in 22 over 7, that is equal 5. So we have rounded up this 3.14 as 4, because in the timber industry, for calculation, for easy calculation purpose, we consider that 22 over 7 to be rounded as 4. So you will end up with the same formula, the same figures that we have discussed in the first slide. So 45 divided by 12, that is you have to convert the inch into feet. So again 45 divided by 12, that is, you have to convert this to feet. So that is why it is divided by 12. So either way, if you divide it and multiply it by 5 feet, or when you multiply 12 by 12 by 4 by 4, you will end up with the same answer. So, as I said, uh, the calculation goes as it is: 45 into 45 into 5, that is 10,125, over 12 into 12 into 4 into 4, uh, that is, you have 2,304. There again, the same answer, that is 4.394 cubic feet, will be there as your answer. So I consider the answer we can verify it in terms of the analysis of the formula given in the first example. So in this way, you can apply this formula. You can apply this formula to any of the practical examples that you may come across in your life, and you can calculate the answer. So I think this will may help you all to find the logic behind this whole concept, and this also may apply. This theory may also apply to any of the practical application you may come across. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your patient hearing, and your comments are most welcome.